What's up, everyone? This is Vlogmas number 11, and today we're going to talk about my dress shop. I called it Anita's Boutique, and it was in the middle of nowhere in a very country town, very rural. I mean, I don't even think there was a gas station there. But this is how I started it. Remember sitting in my home thinking, I want to do something for me. I want to do something different. And I've always been a clothes horse, as you can see. This is my Christmas outfit from Chico's. And I've worn it on a lot of cruise ships, but I would not advise you to go on a cruise ship. Every cruise ship I've been on but one, I got very ill. So did a third of the passengers. The only one that I liked was Disney. Disney's was wonderful. But back to my dress shop. I was just sitting at home thinking, how do you do it? Well, I didn't do any research. I just called another store that I shopped at and I said, where do you get your apparel? And they told me the Charlotte, North Carolina Merchandise Mart. So I booked a plane, found out when their next show was, and went there by myself, as far as I can remember. And I bought, you always have to buy 2 seasons ahead. So if it's summer, you're pretty much already bought your winter, so you're buying the spring, if you know what I mean. I had the cutest shop. I mean, I decorated it, a lot of it from the Williamsburg pottery, gold chandeliers, lattice, a very fancy couch for the guys to sit on for the dressing room. Everybody got one-on-one help there. And I carried a lot of jewelry that would sell out within 24 hours and sweaters. I had this knack of picking out jewelry that would sell, and sweaters. That's when sweaters was really in the late 80s. And then I ordered a lot of prom gowns or cocktail dresses. I had been to a couple of Easter Seal tobacco balls in Richmond, and I would rent a whole table and give the money to Easter Seals. But I was really good at picking out prom dresses, and the girls would come in and order what wasn't on, on the rack. And I even carried the big girl sizes, and that was a huge hit in town. And I also gave extended credit. As long as I had their social and their date of birth and their address, I extended credit and let them pay a little bit a month. Everybody thought I was crazy for doing that, but I do trust in people, and every one of them paid me back, but one rich woman. Now, who would have thought? She stiffed me for one gown. I'll never forget it. But all of my other customers, they paid religiously. And let's see, what else? I had hats. Hats are important, especially if you're going to church. Everybody wants to wear them hats. So I had a lot of hats, and I even carry shoes. And that was a big hit. And I can't remember some of my lines that I had. I forget. I don't even think most of them are still in business, but because the fashion industry has changed so much. Back then, even in the late 80s, a nice dress would have been, $80 for a really nice dress. I had the most fun of my life. Every day was like Christmas. Everybody thought me and the Ups man had something going. No, I just love a guy in a uniform, but he would bring me boxes every day, and it was wonderful. Opening up something that you ordered, 6 months ago it's kind of cool. I made $80,000 in the first year. Now that's pretty good for a business that is in the middle of the boonies, with not very populated. But I do remember that women would drive for a long while to get to my shop. It was just cute as a button. I even was very innovative back then. I would hire 2 girls that were sisters. They looked like twins, and I would put them in my display window, and I would pay them $10 an hour. Now, that was a lot of money in the late 80s to pretend like they were a mannequin, and they were just wonderful. I would have midnight sales. I mean, this is way before anybody else was even open 24 hours. I would open at midnight and the women would come in, droves. I mean, in one night I'd make thousands. It was just remarkable. I had, we would dress up for Halloween. I would have a midnight madness. I called it midnight madness. And my daughter was, you know, very good at art. She even had an art scholarship. She did all of my ads just with pencil, you know, very cute ads. So, but then something tragic happened, and I had to close down the store. And that is another story for another day. So I hope you liked my video about Anita's Boutique. Yes, my logo was my cockatiel. I had a cockatiel. Her name was Pepper, and she was just amazing. But that's another story. Remind me to tell you about Pepper. But yeah, I had an artist draw a cockatiel, and that was my logos on my business card, my stationery, and my bags. So I do miss Pepper. I called her Pepper Jean. Okay, bye everyone.